there's a bit to unpack here. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica and I have a yarn addiction because I spend way too much money on yarn. I made my biggest ever yarn purchase on Sunday of last week and it finally arrived, so I thought I would take you along and show you everything I got for my biggest yarn order ever. I also run a crochet small business called Looping Teddies, and I post a lot of videos about running my business and going to markets and market prepping. So if that sounds fun to you, you should definitely subscribe to my channel and let's go and unpack some yarn. Okay, so this is like one of the biggest packages I've ever seen. Like, I can post a picture of a size comparison to me because it's kind of crazy. I was surprised that all of my yarn order was sent in one singular package. I thought that was going to be at least like 2 or 3 different packages, but they all sent it in one, so that's kind of crazy. Like, this is insane. And this is only the top layer. I'm sure there's like more stuff underneath here. You can see it, there's another layer below that, so that is kind of crazy. Let's get into all of the yarns that I got. Okay, so I mostly got the same yarn for almost all of my order, and as I showed you before, this is my favorite yarn brand. It's Liami. It is local to Germany, but they also sell internationally on Etsy. So if you are really interested in trying this yarn brand, you could definitely purchase off of there. It's a little more expensive, and also there's shipping, I believe, on Etsy, which I got free shipping because it is free shipping in Germany for over 75 euros, I believe, and that is, as you can probably tell, quite a lot more than 75 euros. So let me just show you this yarn. It's kind of, I've never tried it, but parfait chunky from what I've heard. It is also classified as a size 6 yarn, but it's kind of like, it's very thin for a size 6 yarn, so it's like on the smaller side of a size 6 yarn. It is 100 grams, and which means 120 meters or 131 yards, and it's a size 6 super bulky. You can machine wash it, which is great, and recommended hook size is a 4.5 millimeter hook, which I do use on this yarn. I used to use a 5 millimeter hook when I was starting because I had really like tight tension, I believe, so it loosened up a lot and I had to size down to a 4.5 over time, but now that's what I am using, and I don't have any holes or any stuffing poking through when I use my 4.5 millimeter hook, so that suggestion is correct on there. I will now show you all of the colors I got. I did get some other yarn as well. I will show you that as well, so let's get into that. Okay, so first of all, and this is in no particular order, just the order I will grab these in is the order we will go through all of them. So I got this lavender color and I got 4 skeins of this. I got this one before because I liked it online when I looked at it, and I use it for a lot of small stuff like my whales, my octos, my poppable mushrooms. I used it as a little like bubble bear. So just a lot of small projects. It's a really pretty color and I have used it quite a lot, so that's why I got 4 skeins of that. Then next up is this really bright pink color. I got this one as well before. I also use it on a lot of small stuff. I used it on some turtles before. Those didn't sell great, but all of the small stuff like octos and whales and mushrooms and stuff like that keeps selling in this color because it's really bright and people grab it a lot. So I got 3 skeins of that. Then next up we have this really nice green. I use it mostly for turtle shells for my natural looking turtles, and these are a great seller. So people grab these a lot because a lot of people have turtles as pets, I believe, and they want to get their pet as a plushie. So I got 4 skeins of that because I had to and I ran out of them. So I wanted to restock that. And also something I haven't really talked about is why I got this much yarn in one go. It's kind of like because I mostly only use that yarn, and it doesn't restock a lot. So the last restock was in the beginning of the year, like the first week of January, and that's when I got my last yarn order. And I have been going to markets and I have been doing pretty well at these, so I have to restock a lot of stuff, and I have just been crocheting a lot more in these past few months, and I have run out of a lot of colors that I use a lot. And they, as I said, the yarn brand doesn't restock a lot, so once they restock you kind of have to go quick because they are out of stock pretty quickly. So I kind of had to get everything I will need for the next couple of months in one go. So that was a lot of planning involved, and that's why I kind of have projects in mind for all of these colors, because I know that I probably won't be buying yarn for the next few months, except for like some white and black I sometimes get from another yarn brand. The Himalaya Dolphin Baby brand is kind of like the same size as this yarn, so you can interchange it. I sometimes get these neutral colors in between when I run out, but I mostly only buy this yarn, and that is great because now I will give myself a yarn buying ban until they restock the next time, and I hope I can stick to that, so we will see. Then next up is a color they had in stock last time, but I didn't get it. I've never had that before, so it's a new color for me, and it's this really nice dark turquoise. I really like it. Like, I looked at it online and I thought to myself why I've never gotten that, so I just wanted to buy it. I also have in mind maybe more turtles, more small items, possibly like a dinosaur would be great in this color, so I'm really excited to try it out. I feel like you can always like look at the pictures of the yarn online, but you never really like know 100% how it's gonna turn out once you have it in your hands and you can kind of look at it in real light. But I'm really excited about this. It looks really great. I don't regret buying it, so that's great. Then the next one is another one that I've never gotten before. It's not a new color for them, but I just never bought it before for whatever reason, so I wanted to try it out, and it's this really bright blue. I have a lot of different blue tones in my stock, or I had, because I ran out of some of them, but not this color in particular, and it's really bright and really excited. I only got one skein of that as well. Next up we have this bright red, and I've had it before. I ran out of it a long time ago because my red popable mushrooms have been selling pretty well lately, so I ran out of it. I used some burgundy, like darker red instead for the past few weeks, but I just wanted to restock on that because I really like this bright red color and I didn't have anything like that in my stock anymore, so I did get 4 skeins of that. Then next is another restock color. I had this for a while. I still have a bit of it left. I mostly use it again for small items. Next up is one of my most essential colors, which I didn't think it would be one of my most used colors. It's this like just regular orange. I use it a lot for my birds, like all of their beaks and feet and stuff is in orange, so I do have just a bit left. It must be like only like a quarter of a skein left, so I'm really excited to restock that. As I said, I don't really make items out of orange except for like accent colors like beaks and feet for my birds, but I did get quite a lot of this color, so there's 7 skeins because I do use it in a lot of projects, so I need a lot of it. Next up is another staple color that I kind of got on accident last time because a lot of other brown tones were sold out, and it's this really nice bear brown. It's kind of like a soft brown. I really like this tone. It's not coming across super well on camera, but it's a really soft brown, and I have made some bears out of that before, and these were like the most popular bears, so I did get 6 skeins of that just to restock because I don't have any left. And I also use this for my bees, like the yellow and brown striped bees. I use this color brown, and I've used it before for my mallet ducks. This is the brown I use on their bodies, so I use this brown for a lot of different projects. Next up we have another orange tone. This one is a lot more pastel than the other orange. Let me compare it. It doesn't come across as well on camera, but this one is a lot lighter. It's called Peach online, so I really like this color. I bought it last time because last time I restocked I didn't get as much orange as I wanted, so I just had to get some more of these just to have enough orange. and I ended up really liking this color, especially for my baby chicks with hats. When they have a pastel colored hat, I really like to use this color for their feet, so that it just kind of works better together. So I got 4 skeins of that color just to restock that. And I also want to make my bobblehead bear in orange, and I believe just pastel tones sell really well, so I wanted to have a lot of pastel colors in stock. Actually, I lied, I got 2 of these, of this dark turquoise. I just found another skein of that, so I got 2 of these. So then I have another, this is like a dark berry color, and I had one of these before and I just ran out of it yesterday, so that's great timing. I just had to restock that. I don't use it a lot, so that's why I only got 1 skein, but I do use it occasionally. So next up we have 5 skeins of this dark berry color, dark red color. This is way darker than the other red I got, but I like to use it a lot as well for like mushrooms, for like the little hats for my chicks with hats. I have used it for a dinosaur before, so a lot of different projects, and I wanted to get that. Next up I got a new red tone, so that is this kind of like corally color, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it when I looked at it online, so that's why I only got 1 of these. But once I see it like in real life now, I really like it, and I will definitely try and get some more in the future at the next restock. Definitely excited to try that out. Next up we have just some classic pink. I had this one before. It's a lighter pink than the other one. It's more pastel-y, and as I said before, I am a big fan of pastel colors. So I got 3 skeins. I'm kind of thinking why I didn't get more of this, because I did really like this color and I ran out of it a while ago, so I'm not sure what my thought process was of only getting 3 skeins of that, but it is what it is. So I guess we have 3 light pink skeins. Next up we have another classic color for me, and it's this blue. It's just a medium blue, really classic. These I mostly used for my small whales, because any whale I made in this color just immediately sold at my last market. So these were like kind of the preferred whale color, so I got 5 of these just because it's like a standard blue and you can use it in almost everything. Next up we have another blue, and it's this lighter blue. It's way lighter than the other blue that I just showed you, so this is just my regular light blue that I use also on a lot of small projects. I've made a brontosaurus with it before. I made some of my bobblehead bears before, and these were like really popular in that color, so I got 4 skeins of that. Next up I only got 1 skein of this cream color, and I'm not a huge fan of cream, but I have made a custom order for a white cat before, and this came in really handy because you can kind of like dual tone the white of the cat so it looks more interesting. So I got 1 cream color because I had one and it lasted me for a long time, but I'm finally running out of it, so I just got 1 to restock that because I don't use it a ton, but I use it sometimes, so I wanted to have it in stock. Next up is a color I still have in stock because I actually made a yarn order not that long ago where I mostly got yellow, because yellow is my most used color, and for some reason my favorite yarn brand actually didn't sell out of yellow immediately, so I actually made a yarn order like 4 weeks ago, I believe, where I got like 13 skeins of yellow, which sounds kind of crazy, but it's for some reason actually my most used color, so I definitely had to get that. And then I got, at that opportunity, I got all of the colors they had in stock. I got like 2 or 3 more skeins of that, and this purple was one of the ones that was still in stock, so I got 2 skeins of this purple like 4 weeks ago, so I only got 1 more because I do use it a lot, but as I said, I just restocked it, so I only got 1 just to be safe. Next up is yet another orange tone, so it's this really bright orange. This is like the pastel orange and this is the bright, so it's very different from the other ones. It's more like neon colored, and I really like this tone. And also I just wanted to get a lot of orange tones because, as I said before, I use orange in a lot of projects, only small amounts, but I definitely need it for a lot of my projects, so I wanted to be safe and have a lot of orange, so I just have 3 different orange tones which should last me for a while. Then next up, they actually had some new colors this time, so they have come out with a couple new colors, and I got 2 of the new colors. First up is this really bright minty kind of green. It's not showing off as it is on camera. It's more like a bright neon green, and I really like the look of it online, and I don't have anything like that in my stock right now, so I got 3 of these because I was sure I was gonna like that color. It kind of plays right into my color scheme of like neon and pastels that I really like, so I was sure I was gonna like it. That's why I got 3 of these. Next up is another purple tone, and it's this really nice like medium purple. Like this is the dark purple I showed you before, and this is the light purple, so it's like right in the middle of the purples. And this is also one of the new colors they had, so I got 2 skeins just to try it out for a lot of projects. I believe you could use this in almost everything. So we're on to the big boys, so just my basic standard colors, which is where I kind of went a bit crazy. First up, and that is not too crazy, is 5 skeins of this tan brown. They didn't have my favorite tan color, which is a bit lighter than this. They didn't restock that for this time, which is kind of sad. They didn't restock a couple of colors I was waiting on, so I'm kind of sad about not getting my favorite tan, but this is the one that I use for a lot of my natural turtles and stuff like that. So I got 5 skeins. Then next up we have my favorite gray. It's a really light gray. I use this mostly for my penguins. I've used it for turtle bodies before. I just use it like a lot. So I got a lot of skeins. There's 3 of these and 10 more. I got 13 skeins of this color, which should last me for a while. But as I said before, I have been going through that at a rate that is crazy. So I'm pretty happy to restock this many of this color. And then just the classics, I got 15 skeins of this white color. White is a color you will use a lot on almost every single item. So I got a lot because, as I said, there will be a time where I can't restock that, so I just wanted to get it. Same with black. I didn't get quite as many of that, but I got 9 skeins of black, so there's 7 and then 2 more. And something else I don't think I told you before was the price of these. So 1 skein cost me €2.89, which is still pretty cheap. They used to sell it for €2.50, so they have gone up in price quite a bit, which I totally understand because they restock and they sell out in just a week. So the demand is high, so it was only natural for them to raise the price a bit, and I still think the price is very reasonable. So I'm not too mad about it. I kind of am a little sad that I didn't restock quite as much last time when it was still cheaper, but still I can't complain. Like, this is a great yarn and it's still pretty cheap, so that's great. So these were all of the skeins I got in my favorite yarn, and then I also got some skeins in another yarn that I will show you right now, and I will tell you about what I am gonna use that for. So I got some bigger yarn. This is an actual like size, what did they say? They still say it's a size 6 yarn, and that kind of explains, like, this is both considered a size 6 yarn, and this is an actual like true size 6, and this should be like more like a size 5. It's kind of the same like other people tell me with like Parfait Chunky. So this is like a really thin size 6, and this is like an actual size 6. So I got this, and then I got also like 2 skeins of the white color. This is the same yarn, and for some reason it has some different labels on the different colors, but I use this for my chickens. So this is my chicken yarn that I use. It's a bigger yarn just so the chickens turn out a bit bigger because they look more chunky then, and I kind of like that. So I got mostly this and then some of this. So let me get out the totals and tell you how much I spent on my biggest yarn order of my life so far and how many skeins I got in total. So in total, I just counted it out, and in total I got 114 skeins of yarn, totaling me €338.76. So while it is quite a lot of money, it is only coming from my profit of my last market. So I will kind of have to put it into my business expenses because, as I said before, I don't like calculate how much a singular object costs me, but more like in general how much money I make and how much money I spend on my business. So it's still profit so far for this month, which is great that I can make a purchase as big as this one and still make a profit from my market. So that is great. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Leave me a comment of your favorite yarn color and also some suggestions that you would use these colors on, and also like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you again next week. I know this is a shorter video because work has been kind of crazy, and as I said before, I just got my new full-time job and I am still adjusting to that, so bear with me. Next week's video will be longer again. I have been vlogging my week, so stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.